and go.
Yeah, so he asked me, and I'm like, this is kind of personal, but he did. He asked me, he goes, does the carpet match the drapes? I couldn't believe, and you know what I had to answer, Joe? What carpet?
Exactly. I think it's gone. They ripped it out. They ripped it out.
Oh, ever heard of a Brazilian?
Hi.
Like,
Good evening, everybody. Ooh,
good
it's
evening.
been a
The
while.
reason that came up is because my hair, you can't really see it as much, but I am so gray. I have been gray
I'm not.
since my late 20s.
I'm not.
And it's just, and I have really in the back of my head, I got like one straight line. You know, like Tulsi Gabbard has here, I have it back
Mhm.
here, but mine's real. I want to know what part of the brain that is. I really do.
I am not gray.
I really need to dye it, but I don't think anybody cares here, huh?
I am not gray.
You're white.
I am silver.
You're white.
I'm the silver
It's
fox.
not silver. It's kind of like a no, it's not silver. I have silver hair. I have wiry silver. That's why I just dye. I just don't even care.
Dang, dang it.
No,
Okay.
I like the color. It looks good on you with your green eyes, or sometimes those
Yeah.
eyes are blue and green, but then it's hard on the computer. Well, like
Yeah.
today they look greener.
When I get drunk, they get blue.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Yeah. They do. They get blue,
You get blue as he gets
blue
drunk.
eyes. As I get drunker and drunker.
Give me just a second.
One
Um,
second,
I
1001.
was thinking what you're gonna do at the beginning while I'm doing this crap is actually go over the titles.
I said, good morning. Good
You want
evening.
to try that, Joe? Go over
Yeah.
what we're going to talk about, your news, not the
Oh,
conspiracies.
oh, we're going to talk about Mr. Hegseth.
Yes, sir.
He did something nice yesterday.
Something very good. Yesterday it
And
was just
a Mexican mob is in the streets protesting.
okay. And what's the next one?
We will talk about Mr. Obama getting slapped with an explosive $40 million racial discrimination suit in Illinois, of course.
Yes.
Gee, I wonder what's wrong with him.
Interesting.
Yes.
Obama in the news. I I think he's dead. For those that
Obama?
think he's alive and having sex with Jennifer Aniston, I was interested in that conspiracy until I
Oh,
realized that she's probably a man then. I mean, the whole cast of Friends were Satanists. Joe, you know what I mean, Joe? Joe, do you
oh,
get what I'm saying, Joe?
oh, oh.
Joe, do you
I think
understand,
I
Joe?
do. I think
Okay.
I do.
Oh,
You
oh,
know,
oh, oh,
but Obama likes men, so why
Joe,
would he go for her if
Joe,
he likes
Joe.
men? Oh, Carolyn. Oh, O'Reilly.
I don't.
Oh, look at that.
It. If she might be a man. It's not that.
I don't
It's
know what
not
it
that. You
is.
see,
It just
she.
scares me.
Okay, listen. The way that I see it is, she was probably um one of the American high priestesses, like Cher, and she might be, or he might be. It's very sad, but these very extremely thin girls, and there are girls out there that have like no shape, they just don't, they're
Mm,
flat. I'm not suggesting that all people are the same, but for the most part, women have some sort of body, you know? We're meant to be that way because we're supposed to be strong and care for the baby and give birth with birthing hips and have the breasts and whatnot, right?
mhm.
And then you see someone like the cast of Friends. Phoebe seems feminine, but the other two, the one that, which one's Monica? I can't remember her name. And Jennifer Aniston, right? They look like they're string beans, right? Like they have no, and I get the anorexia thing. I really do. But there's too much, right? There's too much of it showing there. These are people that you have to look at twice and think, well, maybe it's a man. Maybe. Because that's how convincing they are. Transvestites you see on the street are not convincing. These people have done work to their bodies where, I mean, they're just so feminine. You'd never know. You never know. But there's some things that they never learn to correct. And I said the other day, I was watching a transvestite in Mexico, or yeah, it was a Spanish-speaking country, getting dressed up. Took him less than an hour to put on all his makeup. And I'll tell you something, he had a 5 o'clock shadow mustache and he covered that shit up. And I have a trained eye. Now, I could tell it was still a man. Like I would, if I had just seen him at the end, I'm honest with myself, I could have told it was still a man. But what surprised me is that he put in the hips. Well, it didn't really surprise me. I mean, they must stuff their bras if they don't have enough for the surgery, or if Biden didn't pay for it. God help us. God
Oof.
help us. That was
Oof.
all a lesson. It was
Oof.
all a lesson for us, my friends. Before we start,
Um,
Joe, I also wanted to say it was brought to my attention that I could be a bitch.
I think we all can.
That's the
And I'm passive, so I'm real passive. I
Joe
just
is very, that's why Joe and I get along very well. He's very passive and I can be very, I'm as sweet as can be too, right?
I
I
just
could do,
don't care. I can't really. Just,
well, you do care.
I,
You always care about my
yeah,
opinion, what I think. You
I
always
do.
do.
I mean, about
Our
well,
friendship is very deep, guys. Very, very deep. When
yeah,
it's like we're together every day.
yeah,
Day or night, we're together, and on his days
just
off, most
friends.
of the day, we're together.
Yeah, just
It's,
friends,
we're
right?
really good friends.
Yes.
But we're used to doing this with lots of people. Lately, it's just been
Sorry.
him and I working on this show.
Yeah.
So there's bound to be some quirks, you know,
It's,
and I've said it before. My father was very stern. I grew up with that. I am very much like my dad. Uh, and then I have mom's gentleness. When I want things done, I want them fucking done.
right the way
Okay?
he
They
wants
gotta
it
be done.
done. Fuck you if you do him wrong.
Pretty much, you
Mhm.
know?
I know.
But you see, this was the thing. When I was like 10 years old, I was marking these kids' test papers that were a couple of years older than me. I had a lot of responsibility when I was just a young kid. I got paid $5 a set, so for 40 kids, I got $5. That wasn't bad. Luckily, it was all, it was A, B answers, and he would do the paragraph answers or something, right? I do the A through D and X marks. That's just the kind of atmosphere I grew up in. Some things I'm just like dad, very stern. My eldest brother, same way. Same way. I just became this way the last 10 or 15 years. I guess when you know, you just
Bummer.
you just grow. It is. It is a bummer.
Yeah.
But fuck you. I love me. And Joe is not a princess. Okay? He is not easy. He
Prince.
is extremely laid back. I've been teaching him the same shit that I've been trying to tell you, our viewers, for years. And
Us
he's
people in
had
the West are
himself since
very laid back.
2017.
Yeah, we're very laid back in the West.
8 years, Joseph.
Yes,
And he still proves to me that the average Joe doesn't get it.
I do get it. She just doesn't think I do.
I know you do, but I hate wording matters. This show is not to be confused with regular news. I mean, he does tell
Well,
regular news, but I tried to explain the conspiracies behind it.
Yeah.
Now, I was very upset the other day because that child died with cancer. She survived cancer. And
Uh-huh.
then I was very upset about shit like that. You ask why. And most of you would be like, why God?
Hmm.
Well, who do you think I ask? I ask myself, right? This is how I've always done it. Where you guys might say, well, why God? Well, Carolyn, this is me. Shit happens. Things are falling out of the sky. Things don't make sense. They never have. I'm okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
You can start with the news, honey. I didn't mean to go off yet again. No, I just wanted everybody
Mhm.
to understand that Joe and I have a very complex relationship. My husband
Mhm.
don't even quite get it. Luckily, my husband isn't, he's never been jealous. I mean, I picked him, right? So that's the way he feels. If you can't trust the person you're with, and like he knows I'm not a bad-looking girl. He knows I'm not stupid. He knows that I have
Okay, I'll go
men
ahead.
watching me that really like me. He
She's
knows.
ugly. She's ugly. I'm just
Well, we
kidding.
were talking about the fur on my tits earlier, right?
Yeah, we were. She grows tits on a fur on her tits.
No.
That's weird.
No, it was funny because I told him dad used to say, like I said, everything's dad, right? He used to say that 'cause I wouldn't eat my meat. I'd eat my vegetables a lot and then I'd eat my meat. But he'd say, eat your meat because you want to grow hair on your chest. It will grow hair on your chest. That's what he used to say to me. And I'd be like, no woman wants hair on their chest. So it was just a funny thing. And then Joe was like, well, you don't eat meat anymore. And I'm like, I don't know where that went or how that came to be, but it was just, that's all it was.
Too funny. Too funny. That one.
The
That
weirdest
one.
things happen.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. So, Mr. Pete Hegseth did something really good.
Yeah, let's hear about Pete Hegseth. Let's hear.
He
I like him.
he has booted NBC, the New York Times, NPR, and Politico to make room. They have offices in the Pentagon, right, to report news and anything that goes on with the military. Well,
Right,
because of their fake news and all their bullshit,
right.
that he has booted those guys out of their offices and made room for the New York
Politico?
Post,
Okay.
Breitbart, OANN, and HuffPost. I
And where's Gates? Where's Matt Gates?
don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
He's at
isn't it OAN? Owen?
he is at OAN. Yes, he is. Yes, that
That's what I thought, guys. You need somebody
I don't
elegant.
know that one.
Nobody is wasted. Nobody is wasted. I don't think just because you're not on the cabinet, you need Carrie Lake's voice. She knows what she's
Yep,
doing,
OAN.
and they're using her in the right spot. And then Matt, I don't think that he underestimated Matt's quality. I think Matt Gates got a good position. It's kind of like press secretary to the
Mm.
world. And now what Hegseth just did proved it to me. Yeah, because I was on the cusp. I didn't consider Matt bad. I really didn't. I was afraid to think that. Uh he did get a bad rap at one or two times, but I saw through that. I liked the guy. He was really nice to me. I mean, it was just like, hey, Matt, take a picture. I said that to Ron too. I didn't call him Mr. Dissent. I said, hey, Ron, take a. I don't give a flying shit. The only one I would call is President Trump. I would call
Mhm.
him President Trump, but everybody
I would
else
definitely call him
on
president.
my level, as far as I'm concerned.
Mhm.
Oh, good
Well,
going, Hegseth. Good going, Mister.
It is, isn't it? I
It's a
think it's good.
problem.
I think it's good, man. They don't need to be there. They don't need to be there if they're going to cause that much trouble. If they threw out the fake news. NBC is the one that started all this shit. Remember that, guys. So, hey,
All right, well, let's not pinpoint it to a certain. I know that's what it seems like, but
they're the ones that started with
Fox.
grabbing by the pussy.
Well, yeah, but Joe, that's just Trump.
Mhm. Yeah.
How much have they indoctrinated us before then?
Well,
For
there's truth in that.
example, 9/11.
Mhm.
They showed it and showed it and showed it and bled it to New Yorkers every fucking day. It was in the papers. It was on. I mean, of course, there's nothing you could do, but there's a difference between reporting, right, and
Mhm.
giving your opinion.
Right.
And of course, there was more sorrow than anything, which we all came together. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say things didn't, but the media, that's all you had. That's all you had. At one point, I would have gladly watched the birth of kittens on TV. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you had, at one point, you had to take it off, but no, they made Bush look like a champion. And
And he
um,
wasn't, man. He had that shit-eating grin. Oh, God.
you knew it,
That,
right?
ah,
You knew it.
grin just the moment I saw him with that shit-eating grin on his face when they were standing up there at the podium, that when it happened, when all this shit happened, I knew he was a piece of shit then. On that day, I go, oh, what the fuck did I vote for? That's what I said to myself. What the
I
fuck
was
did I
sick to
vote
my
for?
stomach when he won. Oh, I was sick to my
Shit.
stomach
Yeah,
because
I
I
was
just knew.
I changed from what was I was independent to Republican just so I could vote for him in the primary. Okay. And
Mhm.
then I find out this. Yeah, we have a primary here, but guess what? By the time the fucking primary gets to us, it's already too fucking late. And the president's already picked who's going to be running for the thing. So a primary here in New
Always
Mexico
been
is
asked.
totally unfair. The way they're doing the voting system is totally wrong.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm still an
They're
independent. I never changed that, and I can't vote in the primaries. I never have been able to.
well, they're
And
sensationalizing the primaries when and they're moving forward before they're even finished. They're trying to sensationalize each primary in each different state, and it's not working because by the time it gets over here to us, you guys have already picked the fucking president. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it
no, I
tells me,
get you.
like when they had in the 2020 election, this is what it drove me nuts. So we're all voting, everybody's voting. Here it comes, 8 o'clock. Okay, it's 8 o'clock. That's when the polls close in New Mexico, 8 o'clock. Okay. There's people
Pretty early.
still in line outside voting, and they already called for the president. Now that's just wrong.
That doesn't make sense, actually.
It's just wrong. Like,
Um,
sorry, don't even vote, man, because they've already voted for the president. So why vote? Do you understand?
mhm.
That told me at that point right there that our vote doesn't really count.
But that's the whole problem, right? Nobody's vote
But
counting.
it should.
Nobody's vote. Yeah, but
Right,
it never did
right,
because we've had Dominion.
right.
They
And
always
that's
were
what
in control.
right.
That's
And they're
just the whole
still in
point.
control. That they still have the machines
Since at
here.
least
Yeah.
Nixon.
Well, I told Sidney Powell, I wrote her a letter, and
Can
I
you,
told her, and she's been trying to take care of the New
Joseph,
Mexico voting. Yes.
can you look on the chat, please?
Yeah, I'm in there.
Oh,
Mhm.
um,
I said, good evening.
okay.
Hello, everybody.
Good evening.
Again. Please talk to us. Say something. Say
Please
hi.
talk to us. No, that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, say
It's a
something.
Sunday night. People are like in
Say
bed.
something. Call me an idiot. Call her an idiot. Call us both an idiot.
What?
Call us cool.
What the hell is that?
Say
It's funny
something.
because I get messages outside more often than I do when we do these lives. Like,
Yeah.
I'll get people messaging me after. It's weird.
Well, yeah.
And like I said, there's a handful of people I know, including family members, friends that are watching
Hmm.
Joe. I just know it. And it's 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 fine, you know? I have no problem with it. Why would I? Why would you? Do you?
I don't know.
You son of a bitch, you better love everybody.
I do.
Okay,
Always
that's
have.
fair. All right, what's next then?
Always have.
Talk to me. You sounded like such a
Click, 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 click.
Just talk to me.
Well, there is, oh, what happened? There's a mob at- in the streets in, of course, California. And they're waving what? Mexican flags. They're waving Mexican flags. National City and Vista Streets Friday. Hundreds of immigrants or hundreds of people went into the streets to support the immigrants, waving the Mexican flag. Now, you should go down to Mexico and wave the Mexican flag and see what they do to you. I don't. I think it's wrong that they. I mean, they come here, they do everything in their power to get away from the country of Mexico, and then when they get here, they wave the Mexican flag. That makes absolutely
Well,
no sense.
I mean,
You
there's a
idiots!
reason parts of California are all named after, they're all Spanish names.
No, no kidding. San
So it's like
Francisco. San Francisco is named after when they came up through this way, and from Santa Fe they turned left and
Santa
went
Fe.
to California and named that San Francisco, Sacramento, and then San Francisco. St. Francis of Assisi.
Right, right. See,
Yeah,
I'm wondering if things were as they say in our history books.
I know. Things were really strange, and then they had that one guy that walked through here when everybody prayed and prayed and prayed for a staircase, and this guy came in and he built a staircase and
Was that
nobody
in New
knew who this guy
Mexico?
was. Yeah, nobody knew who this guy was.
It's a good story.
And he built this beautiful staircase. He used not one single nail.
All
And
right,
as soon
so
as it was finished, I mean, literally, as soon as it was finished, he disappeared exactly the same way he appeared.
all right,
Nobody knew.
so I can't remember
They
where
called
it
him the
was.
carpenter. Mhm.
What happened was the the church needed a,
A
a
stair.
choir. So they wanted an upstairs and they had nobody to build it for them. It was a tight spot or something. They needed where they put the
It
organ and where
fell
the
down.
drums would
Yeah,
go
it
up and
fell.
sing.
The stair fell down. That's what
Something like
happened.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it fell
original
down.
stairs fell
Yeah, it fell
down.
down. Mhm.
So nobody was building it right or something to that effect.
Right.
So this
They didn't build it
man
right.
walks in with tools,
Mhm.
asks for nothing, builds the staircase in very short time
Mhm.
using just one piece of solid wood or something. No nails, no nothing. It was connected. And this is engineering that we have not defeated today. And also, then he disappeared.
Mhm.
To also find out that that wood that he used did not come from around the area, right?
Right. It did not. It was, I
So
think they said
it's
it
a
was
very old conspiracy.
Egyptian or something like that.
I don't remember, but I do remember that. See, I don't know just, political conspiracies, guys. I'm well trained.
Okay.
That's
Here.
an old one. I read
Yeah.
that
Do you
in,
want to see it? You want to show everybody? I
can't
can't
you?
show it on this computer. I can't find it on there, but I can send it to you.
Why can't you send it to your Facebook Messenger?
I don't know. I don't know how to get,
I'm sure they
get
could
this.
look it up.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see if I can find it, but I'll share it real quick.
Either you try or get on with the news.
Yeah. Well, it'll take a little bit for me to do it. I have to find it. We were talking about the flags, the Mexican flags being flown in the street, but they were
Right.
saying that it's not even about politics. It's human decency. Read one handmade sign. I don't think it is.
Good evening, Alan. It
I want to
doesn't.
be a voice for those who can't feel alone and scared. I
The
just, I
fires.
mean,
The
they
fires
did
are
that here. They did that here when Trump first ran, and it got really violent. And they punched the police's the police horse, the police horse. They punched the police horse. Then punched
what?
my dad. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, they were nasty. They threw bottles at us, pipes, rocks, and yelled at us. But it'll gear up a little bit more. And you'll see what I was talking about. And I think they're going to get a little bit worse. I really do.
The what?
That's
What's
my
gonna?
that's my personal opinion. I think they're going to get a little bit more desperate. They're going to get a little bit more, and they're going to say,
They
"Well,
have
we
no
belong here.
choice.
This is our country, not
They have no
yours. Fuck
choice.
you. We were here first, not you." That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to say. But of course, you have to remember something. They didn't build this country. We did. Sorry.
That's another thing. Okay, so
What was that? The
I'm
term?
looking up the meaning of California because it struck me as always being kind of Spanish or something, but obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
The name California comes from a 16th century Spanish romance novel
I believe it.
that described a mythical island.
Yep.
Now, I'm just going to stop there for a second, just to throw in a conspiracy because it there's some people believe that America or parts of America are the lost city of Babylon.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah. Um, it wasn't technically lost. It was
Mm-mm.
just, but we know it was inhabited. We know yeah, we'll go into that later.
Everything shifted, I think. Everything shifted and changed. We had
There's some things
volcanoes
that
here,
just
we
don't
had
make sense in
volcanoes
history,
there.
folks. I'll just tell you that right now.
Well, they say right through here, right through New Mexico, used to be the ocean, and
Well,
there's proof
that's
of it too.
another, you see, you're going on to other conspiracies. Don't
There's
confuse
another
me. Hold
proof.
on.
There's proof of it.
Hold on, Joseph. The Latin words Calida fornax.
Hmm.
Calida fornax. It sounds like some kind of Harry Potter spell. This phrase translates to hot furnace.
Yeah. For fornication.
No, you don't get it though.
California.
They just were
California's
on
hot.
fire. They
Yeah.
were just
On fire.
on
Yeah, I
fire,
gotcha.
and I just happened to, okay. There's a Native American phrase, Californo.
Well,
This
it is
phrase
hot there,
translates to high hill
Yeah.
or
It's
native
hot there.
land. Oh, the Spanish city of Calahorra.
Hmm.
This city may be the source of the name and the old French poem, The Song of Roland.
Well,
This poem uses a place named California. We don't even know where our name comes from, California. This is odd. Califern, which may be related to the word cal. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Go on to the next subject. I gotta look this shit up. Are you
what
fucking kidding me?
Trump made a statement today. Let me read it to you real quick. Just before I go on. He said anybody that's against tariffs, including the fake news, Wall Street Journal, and hedge funds, is only against them because these people are or entities are controlled by China or other foreign domestic companies. Anybody that loves and believes in the United States of America is in favor of tariffs. They should have never ended in favor of the income tax system. In 1913, the response to tariffs has been fantastic because instead of tariffs, they gave us taxes. So instead of everybody else paying for everything, we, the people, started paying for everything. It wasn't supposed to be that way. But they found they could make more money by charging us a tax. And they could keep some for themselves and a
That's
little bit
exactly
more
what they
for
did.
themselves
It was all
and
a
a
money
little,
laundering scheme all over the world.
and a little bit
From
more for
Ukraine to Iran,
all of
yeah,
it,
all of them.
all of it,
Come on, my
all of it,
friends.
all
Even
of it.
China.
Yep.
Bush was giving shit to China.
Yeah.
Bush was giving American properties to China.
So you know what I'm starting to believe? You know all that money that Obama sent to Iran, supposedly sent to all that cash he sent to Iran. What
Yeah,
about him? Do you think he didn't get a kickback out of that?
of course he did. That was
Yeah,
their
he
money.
did.
That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. Listen, it doesn't matter what country they were in. Every country had a turn,
Hmm.
right? So China, this was China's turn. All right. And the problem with understanding this is the time they did not care, all right, that it would take 150 years until it was their turn.
Right.
And these are only the most powerful countries that would have a turn, not these little city state countries, islands, and nothing like that, right? Only like America, Russia, although Russia might not have been involved, which may be a reason why Russia's been trying to get control over there, right?
Yeah.
There's a
Interesting shit.
if they didn't they would wait like 150 200 years just to get control or power. So we had to wait another what? But it was since 76. They would have had another 25 to 30 years control, China.
Hmm.
They would have had most of our lifetime or our lifetimes, really, Joe. And then some other country would have been, it's probably would have been picked or is probably picked at the moment, but they're all
Fuck
destroyed, so it
that.
don't matter. So wherever the money went, it didn't matter. Forget about even the Swiss banks. That was for something different. I think the Swiss banks were all for the gold. They had no money, right? Cash, uh, money is fake
Yeah, it's just a representation of the gold.
of gold,
The promissory note, so to speak.
right?
I
And it,
promised you this much in gold,
so basically, they
basically.
used monopoly money on us.
Right.
Can we see it that way?
Right. Yeah. Yes,
It
you
was all monopoly money. You might win the game, but you still lost. I mean, you
can.
paid for the game, right? All right.
Yeah.
Oh, God. So this is what I got all excited about before that. Oh, where'd it go? Uh, Um, this is weird. The old French, wait, yes. So the old French poem, The Song of Roland, this poem uses the place name Califerne, which may be related to the word caliph. Now I recognized it right away as the origin of a caliphate,
Hmm.
a
Okay.
Muslim leader.
I know. I know.
All right.
I
It's
followed you.
just a little bizarre
Hmm.
because I was just saying that it was a lost city, right? So if you're going back to the time of caliphates, 1300s, I'm going to say 1200s, Yeah, Joe's like, I don't know, is she getting it right? Because I have no fucking clue, right, Joe? No, I'm kidding. You can look it up, you know. But it's around that time, I'd imagine. Then like the Ottoman Empire took over or something like that. You know, the Ottomans won out. And then you see the Ottoman were in control of Israel before the globalists took it and gave it to the Jews. In, I think somebody told me, who was it? Joseph Rogers maybe told me it was 1948. I knew it was around there, but yeah, he got it. Hit it on the head. Do you see how this is weird? Our history is not correct, but Google is telling us right shit now. So it's just a matter of what you look up. Now, the fact that we don't know where the word California comes from, I mean, you guys understand Virginia comes from the Virgin Queen, which was who, Victoria? Yeah. I think Victoria was the Virgin Queen, was she? Or was it yeah, it was Victoria.
Mhm.
It's like right there. You're not going to say we weren't from the Brits? Of course we were. We were a bunch of European nations that came over here
Mhm.
to get away from the Queen. But when you hear that the South named Virginia, Virginia, what? I mean, why? There's I always find it funny. There's Prince Williams on I-95. There's a Prince Williams exit. I'm gonna say it might be in Virginia. And then next is dumb fries. So I never forget DUM. DUM and fries like French fries, dumb fries. So I never
Dumb
forget that.
fries.
Made the trip a billion
What a
times.
town. Dumb fries
Dumb
exit.
fries, not anymore. Not after Trump went into McDonald's, right, guys? They're all smart fries now. Smart fries. They've been hit with the Trump. They've been hit with the Trump. Oh,
Dumfries
the Trump.
in Manassas
What?
on I-95 in Manassas.
Manassas?
Mm-hmm. Manassas Station, Prince William County. I don't know too much
Good
about that.
evening,
That's why I
mortals.
looked it
I
up.
love that. That's just so me. Good evening, mortals. Joseph, why'd you retract? All right.
Joseph,
I want to
what's
know.
happening?
I want to know what the next subject is, Joseph.
Good evening, mortals. I'm
I
not a
love
mortal.
that. Yeah.
I'm not a mortal. Oh, yeah, yes, I am.
Oh, the Obama project, right?
Hmm.
Flags fly. Didn't you have the other one about the tariffs?
No, I have one about Obama's project gets slapped with an explosive $40 million racial discrimination lawsuit. So a Chicago-based subcontractor is suing one of the firms involved in managing the construction of the Obama Presidential Center for $40 million, claiming discriminatory practices forced the firm to do extra work that left it at risk of bankruptcy, according to the lawsuit. The owner of it says 2-in-1, which provided concrete and rebar services for the center starting in 2021, filed the lawsuit last month.
We're
It's
just hearing about it now.
yeah, it oversees the engineering and design services for $830 million project. That's how much that thing is going to cost when it's finished.
He did some stupid shit, didn't he? What?
Yes, he
He
did.
made that one company, the green company.
Hmm.
Remember
In
that? I
Colorado, it
can't.
was in Colorado, wasn't it?
Yes, yes.
But what did he make
And
him
it
do?
failed totally.
It's
It
it's
began with an
completely
S.
closed down, by the way.
Right. And
Obama's
60 or
green company,
70,000
yeah,
people
they
lost their
closed.
jobs. Now you see, that
Hmm.
was money laundering too. There was
Yeah.
something to that.
most of those solar firms that they wanted you guys that they wanted us to start, there's still a few of them around. They're
Yeah.
still trying to do business, but a lot of them actually did close down. The ones in the very beginning are completely out of business. And then there's more that started up and kept the business. They keep going. They're still putting the solar panels on people's homes. But in the beginning, it was that when you put these solar panels on your home, and you started generating the electricity, they would actually pay you for giving them electricity because you would have extra electricity. So they don't do that anymore. You don't get
I
paid
do
for that.
remember that. I think Florida offers something though.
Yeah, they don't give you anything
Like I don't
extra.
know if it's all true, but they offer help and I don't know.
Right. Yeah, it's just weird. It's not worth it. It's really
I
not
don't
worth
think it's probably worth it either. If you're gonna
it. If
do
you
it, do it
buy if you
yourself.
buy an electric car, it's going to be worth it.
You got a good point there. Got a good point there. We'll have to talk about that on another time. The
Yeah, I
other thing
would
I
get
just want to,
I'd get a hybrid electric, a plug-in electric, because they do got a little bit more power, and that's pretty cool. Um,
you're the car
I don't
man,
think I'd buy it.
so
I don't
I
think
don't
I'd
think
buy
you'd
an electric car
underestimate
at this
anything.
point yet. I don't think we're there. I mean, they're cool to drive. They're freaking far out. They got some crazy ass pickup,
All right,
but anyway.
Joe,
But
enough of
anyways,
car. I know you love your cars, but I want to get
yeah,
want to think because I've been asked a couple of times what DEI actually is.
discrimination
Go on, look it up.
and inclusion and inclusion.
Equality and
Mhm.
inclusion.
Yeah, yeah,
What's the
diversity,
D?
equality, and inclusion.
Diversity. So basically, and why I refer it to affirmative action. Okay, think of this. What does the word affirmative mean? Yes. It means a yes action, meaning there's no no. It must be. It goes. It's yes. No matter what, it's a yes, right?
Mhm.
So that
To
helped
anybody who's not white.
pretty much anybody that wasn't white. Anybody from mostly black people and Hispanics, darker skin, like as if this mattered. I mean, it never mattered. What mattered was, and that's exactly, oh, I just,
Guess who couldn't get that? Guess who couldn't take advantage of that?
oh,
We couldn't. We tried to take advantage. My
well,
brother
no, you're
did.
white skinned.
I know, but we're half Hispanic.
It doesn't matter. You're
So
white.
we should have been able to take advantage of it.
Morgan Freeman said that to Don Lemon. He said to him, "We're the proof
Mhm.
that this can happen." Because I mean, Morgan Freeman's an older man. He's been around. We all know him from God knows how many movies. Then you got Samuel L. Jackson. You got a bunch. I love Larry Elder must be one of my
I
favorites.
love
I
Larry Elder.
love him. I
Yeah, I
never
do
thought of,
too.
oh,
He's
he's a
awesome.
black man.
He's
Of all
awesome.
fucking New
Yeah.
York people. I don't even,
Don't give a crap what color you are. Care less.
I don't know.
I really could. But I was told I was racist through that DEI program.
I know you were. I
I
know. And you
was.
could
I
sue
was
for
told.
that. Do you
Yeah.
know that, right?
Yeah.
No, you don't want to deal with that. I wouldn't either. But
Ain't
you know
worth
what?
it
You
to me.
fight that shit every day.
Yeah.
But let me explain it like this. Okay, so diversity, equality, and what is it?
Inclusion.
Inclusion.
Inclusion. Diversity, equality, and inclusion. Equity and
Is
inclusion.
yeah, but inclusion isn't actually right because it's not like, oh, they can be included, which is what inclusion would mean. No,
Hmm.
they are included. That's not what inclusion means. But these people are included. So
Right.
in front of the white woman, you'd have the black man who would have the chance. In
Hmm.
front of that black man, you're going to have that gay white man. In
Right.
front of that gay white man, you're going to have that black man that
Okay.
dresses in heels and puts on very bright red lipstick and
There you
fingernails.
go. There you go.
That's DEI. This
Yes.
black man with the fingernails and red lips are gonna come first.
Before everybody else. And
Even if the
somebody
last
like
person
me
on the
will be
line is a
standing in the back.
female,
Mhm.
older woman, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
People are pushed ahead.
Mhm.
Nothing is
And
by merit,
yeah,
right?
nothing by merit.
Just
Even
like,
though I would have more quality than they did. More, they would get the job over me.
exactly. Exactly. Affirmative action should have worked on you,
Same
but
thing.
you're the wrong skin color. What,
Exactly.
because
And I
people,
had the wrong last name. I
yeah,
had the wrong.
right. You would have to literally tell people you are half Hispanic. Where my
Always have
girlfriend,
to.
my friends
I
growing
always
up,
have.
you would not have to say that they were black or Korean, or you wouldn't have to say, you would know.
In my family, we have every race. Every race.
I can't say that about my family.
I can.
Well, I don't know. Italian,
We
Irish,
have everybody.
Polish.
You name it, we got it.
I don't know if
All
anybody
up and down.
in my family, we have Greek. I don't know.
I don't know about all that, but
I
yeah,
never thought of
I
it.
don't.
Like,
There's so much. Who cares? Doesn't matter. You like who
it
you like.
shouldn't, it shouldn't matter. That's the whole
Doesn't.
thing. It's all
It doesn't
about
matter.
merit. When you get into this country, it's about merit.
Right.
You become a soldier, it should be
Work hard.
about merit.
Work hard.
That's right. Why don't you explain a little bit before we leave? I really don't want to hear it because I haven't listened to the story yet, but about the soldier that you sent me the video of.
Oh, she was awesome, man.
Listen, people, and
Jet.
Hegseth, Pete, please listen or watch this video that he's talking about. Do you
God,
know her
she
name?
is. Hold on, I'm going to tell you right now. Oopsie.
I'm gonna even
Oopsie.
send it to my husband because he made it sound like this is like,
Yeah, he's definitely should be one of the ones to watch it. See, where did I put it in here? Thought I did.
it doesn't matter, just tell about it.
I'm trying. Well, she was. This lady was. She was a. She enlisted in the military. After high school. She's from New York City. She wanted a sense of purpose, so she enlisted into the military. Um, after high school, she enlisted. She loved it so much. She stayed there. She went into the officer corps and she became an officer. And then she ended up as a colonel. But while she was in there, she went in the Air Force. And I don't know if she actually flew the plane, but I know she was on a flight crew for sure. They called her the Angel of Death. That was her name. And did a phenomenal job. She scared the shit out of the Taliban because it was a woman and she was on the radio and she was telling them that she's coming to kill them. And they
Can
were
you
just
imagine
freaking out
the
because a
Taliban
woman.
being killed by a woman?
Yeah, they can't handle that. That was tripping them out. But she did something really special. She did something really, really special for you New Yorker people.
Do I
Because
want to
that's
hear
where
it?
she's from. She's from New York.
I don't want to hear it. I want to watch it. I do want to watch it. If you
She
want
took
to tell a
something,
little more,
she
go
took
ahead.
something and she gave you guys something from them. She gave it to the fire department. She took home some empty shells and she had her whole crew put name put on the shell and she gave it to the fire departments and she said, "We're fighting it for you." She had a long career in the military.
I hope
She's a
Pete
hero.
Hegseth can look her in the eyes and say, "You're fired."
No,
Because it ain't gonna happen.
I say this. I don't really believe that he believes that. Because I
It's a
think there's a
Christian
lot of
thing.
women in the military.
Yeah, there is a ton. There are a
And I don't know
ton.
any men that didn't like the women in the military. I don't know any men. I mean,
I
I,
just
I don't know. I was
let
trying to
them
date a girl that
help
was a
and do what they can. You can't take it away from them. You just can't. That's
yeah.
un-American. I am a citizen. I
Mhm.
am covered under the same constitution as any Chinese, Black, Muslim,
Well,
any
she
kind of
brought down the death
Hispanic
on them. She rained death
civilian.
on those people. So hey, good on her. She's a woman.
I told you that a lot of women are good in the Air Force because they have
I
very
never
good
cared.
aim.
I never cared.
They've done tests throughout. Women have different qualities than men do. Put them to use. You know, there was also
Put them where they
Rosie
belong.
Riveter.
Yeah.
I could have been a Rosie Riveter hammer.
That was the kind of person that worked in a factory here in the United States during the World War II because the men were all fighting the war.
Right.
That's what Rosie the Riveter was. She
Yes,
was a representation of all women that were working.
that's right. And there were tons of them.
And there was
Tons of
a,
them.
we
People became nurses. They became nurses. They didn't know
need everybody,
shit
you guys.
until they got on the field.
In a war, you need everybody.
Yeah, and they were right there. They were
Hmm?
right. They were being bombed as well as the men,
Yeah.
and they were looking after these men. So it's
Yes, they
like
were.
that's brave shit.
It was. There's nothing
You
wrong
know,
with that.
there's nothing wrong with the human population. I chose not to have children for a reason. And if they don't want children, or they
Maybe
so many of them.
that's why he said that, because he said maybe he was just thinking that he has the feeling that he needs to protect women. Maybe
I
that's what
do
he meant.
understand the chivalry. I definitely do.
Yeah,
But
maybe that's what it
we're
was. I think
people.
that's what it was.
We're able to make our own decision that
I
way.
believe so too.
Nobody's decision is all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Fuck women, right?
Right.
I'm just kidding.
Mm,
I'm
mm,
just
mm,
kidding. Some of
mm.
them is mean as fuck.
Women
Tell you
rock.
that much. Some of
All
them
right.
could
Are we
handle
ready
it.
to go?
No,
You
we're
are
never
you
ready.
talking about women now? Dear Lord.
No, I don't know anything about them.
But his wife is sitting there.
I don't know anything about women. Trust me.
I know you
Trust me.
don't. Especially me, right?
They're weird.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
No, I know. I know I am. I don't care. What's
You
weird?
said it, I mean,
What do you consider weird? What's normal and abnormal, my friends? What you tell me.
I don't know what's normal.
What because I'm sitting here
Because
talking to
I ain't
you.
normal. I must not be normal.
What?
I'm not normal.
You're not what?
I'm not normal.
Oh no, I know. You wouldn't be my friend if you are.
Oh shit.
But you see, I think the little outside the box people, the people with it's not abnormal, it's actually good. It's healthy to think a little, I wouldn't say irrationally, but sometimes you have to break out of the corridor that way
Mm,
by thinking irrationally. Could that possibly be? You know? And that's the first question. Is that can that really be true? And then you get more and more answers. Look, these rabbit holes are all leading to the same place. That's that's my difficulty in not believing in these conspiracies.
yeah,
There's just too many. Ah, all right.
agreed.
You done? I'm
Agreed.
done.
Yeah. We have covered all of our topics. Everybody have
Yes.
yourself a good evening. Good night. Thank you for listening. We do love you. Thanks.
Joe's got to take a massive shit right now, so.
I told you she's weird. Just saying.
Joke. It's just a joke. I had to give it to him for